All right, quiet in the studio. We're no longer going with the English voice. We're going with MAGA, baby. Well, here we are. Yes, it is your absolutely fabulous digital host of that digital pub called Cheshire Matters. And I know they've got something to say about it, and I know that it's going to be negative towards me, but like I care. Donald Trump is in. He has made it. He has been re-elected President of the United States of America. And I am glad to say that I voted for him. Yes. I contributed. Well done. Anyway, we have Statsman in the house tonight, Mr. Mark Hartley. Say hello.
Hello, how are we, gentlemen? All good?
Gentleman. We don't refer to the Gazelle as a gentleman.
Okay.
So there's only one.
How are we? Are we all right?
Yes.
We're absolutely whoop whoop MAGA.
MAGA. Great. Maybe we can have MAGA next. Make England great again.
Indeed. Mega.
That's not going to happen, is it?
Not at the moment.
We'll have a discussion about some of this now, but no.
Okay, Gazelle, say hello.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to all our listeners from all over the world, as always. And I know I've got a few in Greece now, actually. That's a fact.
Yeah, but you want some in Taiwan, don't you?
I do, yes.
No, Thailand.
Thailand, yeah. I've been looking at various areas to graze. I mean, there's a lot of grass out there. Have you seen it in Thailand? Lots of grass.
Yes.
That would be very, very cheap.
Indeed. Well, you don't want to be going to Taiwan because, literally, unless the Don gets his way, China are looking to take it over, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, I don't want Taiwan. No. Thailand under me.
They want those semiconductors. That's what they're after. And we're not talking about half a busman.
Mm.
That was a joke. Okay, it wasn't a very good one, but okay.
No, it wasn't. You were right.
Yeah, I got the bit on the end. I mean, I heard the conductor bit, but I couldn't put it together as a joke.
Because it was half and half.
Still waiting for the punchline.
Yeah, well, I'll give you the punchline. Muted.
There we go.
Anyway, Mark, open us up. Our subjects, please. Go ahead. Kick us off.
Well, Remembrance Sunday should be well, I was not going to say a joyous time, but it should be a time where one of our most sacred days where we look back and pay our respects to the fallen. But if it just appears our safety's been put at risk by total cowards and quislings, hasn't it? To the point now, even our veterans aren't safe paying their respects on what I said was our most sacred day. They've allowed this foreign ideology that hates us and wants world domination, let's not lie about what they want, to flourish on our shores. And now it's just its followers are attacking our culture and our country at will. And it's a sad day to see, actually, when you need the SAS to mount its biggest operation to protect Remembrance Day events. We've got serious problems in this country.
Yeah.
And I think at the next opportunity, we've seriously got to rid ourselves of these cowards at the national level and take back control of our local areas and kick these traitors out now, because what's left, really, now of our country?
It's a travesty. It's an absolute travesty. And I note that the stories from MI5 were all about radical Islamists and the radical left. Now, what?
Well, can I just jump in 1 second? On the Daily Mail, the guy from MI5 chief says he's got one hell of a job on his hands in protecting the public from, as you said, Islamic groups and hostile nations such as Iran and Russia and the left. But he also includes right-wing groups. Of course he does, because they're the biggest threat, the imaginary far right. Because they're the ones who are running around Europe currently, aren't they, hunting down Israelis and Jews and beating the crap out of them.
Oh,
and threatening our armed forces on Remembrance Day. It's got to be right-wing, hasn't it? Of course it is. These people are horrible traitors.
They are, indeed. And I know, look at what Trump's going to do. Look at the guy that he's got going in as his borders are. I mean, he even said in an interview, he turned around and he said, this shit ends. He's getting rid of all of them. He said to Trump, it'll take him over 100 days. Trump said, you've got 60. He wants them out.
But we've got these absolute traitors like Keir Starmer, who's just now currently driving around in some kind of armoured Jeep with Macron, thinking he's some kind of someone.
military
Well, it's
figure.
some
Well,
type
really,
of
it's the
action.
cow.
I've
He's just a
seen that
coward.
today, some type of action, man. Now,
Yeah.
can you just fill me in stats when you're on about the SAS? I've missed all this. I've not seen any of this. What's happened?
Oh, basically, we allowed Islam to flourish that badly. All its extremists just want to kill us all, mate. And everyone's just turning a blind eye to him, pretending there's not a problem, as they usually do. And it's got to the point where the SAS are actually having to protect our Remembrance parade because they are seriously worried about the threat, which they say is from Islamic groups and rushing around, but then throw right wing in because, you know, I do remember last year the right wing lads went down to protect the cenotaph, did they not? From people who wanted to maybe cause trouble there.
They did that in Warrington as well, Mark. How is there?
Yeah, well, we went and maybe protected ours as well. But so the right wing groups are the ones who are hostile to our own nation, are they? I tell you what, MI5 need to give their heads a wobble. One day they'll come out and say it's you know, the majority is Islamic, and now they're saying right wing groups. I'm sorry, but the right wing are not a threat to Remembrance, though.
And what the hell are they doing, putting the SAS under the Met's counter-terror command? I mean, who would put anything under the Metropolitan Police Command? I mean, those people are, I don't know. I mean, I'm highly critical. I mean, I was putting out tweets on X about David Lammy, who were coming out with all these words, they shall not grow old as we grow old, and all the rest of this stuff. And the whole of the responses that he got on there were, get lost. You're disingenuous. Who the hell do you think you are talking like that? You're part of the problem. I mean, quite literally, it was every one of them negative about the guy. Negative. I mean, what is it with the optics with these people? You know, he's coming on and he's saying we owe so much to these people. Same with Keir Starmer. Who are they thinking that they're going to appeal to in the way that they're talking like that?
Yeah, who do they think they're kidding, basically?
That's right.
They are kidding because we all know their feelings. We all know their views.
They're nothing but pound shop Democrats. They're looking to destroy the culture, and you can see it in what Trump is doing, the vast difference in his attitude. I mean, I know we're going to come on to Trump in a minute, and I keep on likening it because I'm seeing and hearing so much about what Trump's going to be doing. But anyway, going back to this, Mark, do you think that Labour are disingenuous in the way that they're actually talking about Remembrance Day? Because I don't even think they give a damn about it.
No, it's all for show. They're total utter traitors. This thing here, this is either a serious, serious threat, or they're just whipping up fear for some reason. Now, seeing as they're all, we don't want to be whipping up fear and hatred, and that's all they bang on about. Is that what they're doing? Or are we really at serious threat? I think we are. I think we've got tens of thousands of jihadis roaming this country with just the security services just can't monitor. And it's been like this for about a decade.
Yeah.
Yet anyone who speaks up about it seems to get persecuted worse than the others. We've got people from Hamas living in our country. Yep. No problem. Probably all paid for by the taxpayer. Yet you've got people who speak out about it and try and tell the truth, you know, on solitary in high security prisons. They're having a laugh here.
They just want to actually get rid of them. Okay, what gets me is the SAS, the last time that they were used was with the Iranian embassy issue.
The last time they told you they were being used.
Yeah,
I
that's
reckon
right.
They're probably being used on our own shores quite a lot now, but they're not telling us.
And I have to say that I also read a snippet of information that said that they were able at that time to rescue all but one of the hostages as they killed 5 of the 6 gunmen. And the surviving gunman, the Jad, was sentenced to life in prison, but he was released in 2008.
Well,
reportedly remaining in the UK under a new name. I mean, what the hell would you want that kind of a guy in the country for? You'd get rid of him. You know, I just do not understand this liberal left thinking and the way that they do things.
This is the problem. They don't think. They've allowed this threat to encroach on our own land and then done nothing to stop it, and then literally crucified those who speak out about it and try and stop it. These people are despicable. Never mind disingenuous.
And here,
not just Labour, the rest of them as well.
they're saying how much we owe those people that gave their lives for us. Look at the way that they're treating the veterans over here, especially the homeless veterans and the army.
This raises them a massive problem, because if they do want people to join the army and to go and fight in their ridiculous wars, or Russia or whatever it is they want us to do, no one wants to anymore. Why would you go and fight to save? Right, I'll put it this way. If you were our ancestors and you knew what the future, would you have gone and done what you did? Would you have stormed the beaches in Normandy knowing that there's going to be just an equally worse threat?
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Would you? No, you wouldn't.
You'd have said, get lost.
There was some commander today on TV. He was on about they were trying to promote the army, and they said, well, my son, I mean, bear in mind, he was a commander brigadier or whatever they call them. I don't know what they are. I'm not really interested in it. But he was on the top table, and he told everybody to go and kill this, basically fight the enemy while he was sat on the, having a gin and tonic. That's my opinion on him. But anyway, he said, my children are in the army now. He said, but the problem is, he didn't actually say what status they were. And he said, there's a massive recruitment problem at the minute. That's just endorsing what you said there, Mark. There's an absolute massive recruitment problem at the minute, because all these pussies don't want to go out and fight anymore. They don't want to join the army. They might as well stay on the dole, because going in the army, you don't get looked after anyway, do you? The veterans don't get looked after.
You get put in properties with damp and rot in them.
Of course you do. And you get these people that invade our country, which these illegal immigrants, and that's what they are. They come over here on dinghies. They've got no passports. They've got no documentation. And they get looked after like kings in our country. In our country.
And they're doing it. And the veterans are homeless. They have mental problems. There's just so much which is so wrong. And they have no bollocks to do anything about it. And yet, you can hear Trump. He's just said day one, deportations. And the guy, as I said before, the guy that he's put in control of it, the border czar, he's just literally said he's going to go to town on it. He said, this is the best president that we ever had. And I'm going to do my best to get these people out. But they've got a logistical problem when they think about it. And I'll give way to you momentarily, Trevor, because if they're going to do that, and he's going to sign an executive order, because I don't think he's going to need Congress to pass anything. And I don't think it's a question of money either. They want him out. It's a massive logistical issue. They're just going to round him up and say, out, get out. Go ahead, Trevor.
That's exactly what Keir Starmer could do with the size, with the majority he's got. But anyway, on about Keir Starmer, I don't know the figures. Stats might be able to help me here, but I'm just trying to endorse where his values lie. He's put out a figure. I don't know what it is. All this is off the top of my head. I could check it for next week, but anyway. He's put out a figure of something like, we are going to give 2.4 million to help the homeless veterans in this country, when he's already pledged something like 17 million to protect the mosques
in the country. I know.
When there was all this disruption with the Southport thing, I think it was something like 17 million. It was a massive amount anyway, above what he's just pledged to look after our homeless veterans.
Yeah.
3.5 million it was.
Thanks, Mark. 3.5 million.
What, to the mosques? To the mosques or the veterans?
No, 3.5 million to the veterans. Yeah. But it was, if you check on that, Mark, if you get a minute, that it was actually something like 17 million to protect the mosques.
Oh, it'll be way, way more than that, mate.
Yeah, it'll come out more.
Yeah. It probably will, yeah.
He's finished.
All I'm trying to do is highlight where their values lie.
Oh, even the previous government were doing the same thing. They probably didn't even give 3.5 million. They were probably worse, to be honest. But
I'm sick of all of them. We need a Donald Trump in this country.
Oh, we do. We need a good Trump.
Yes.
People keep voting for them. These red and blue donkeys are just putting us at risk continuously. I mean, all in all, these spineless cowards, mate, they don't put the people of this country first. In fact, quite the opposite. They literally thrown us to the wolves here, aren't they? Or they attack them. But not only are our veterans at risk, speaking of leaders, we've also got a leader of the Church of England who's letting children be at risk for decades.
That guy...
Apparently.
That guy has got
allegedly.
Absolutely no grassroots support whatsoever. They all want him out. They feel that this guy is selling out.
He should have gone years ago.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. He's done nothing. He is a wet wipe in terms of church and what he's doing for the Church of England. An absolute wet wipe. And all the people around him, they need to go as well. We need a Donald Trump in the Church of England. You know, we need Archangel Michael to come down and just say, right, you guys, out. Out.
You know, what we actually need is a strong king.
Oh.
We've got the person who can fix all this. He's just not willing to, is he?
But he's got something that he will utilize, rightly or wrongly, but he's ill. That's his problem. He's been diagnosed with cancer.
Well, tough words, but I'm thinking if I was in his position and I could do something really important before it was too late, I would.
Yes, I get you.
You see what I mean? I don't know how to say that without sounding horrible.
No,
if he's not up to the job of protecting the country and doing what he's doing, then maybe he should step aside then.
Well, that's the other thing.
Let his son take over.
Well, even if his son took over, he's already said that he's not going to be the head of the Church of England.
Well, he will be because it's a constitutional thing and he can't say he isn't. Well, otherwise he's not the king then, is he?
Well, that's what the rumour was, that he's not going to do it. He's not going to be the head of the Church of England.
But he's still the head of state, and he's still responsible for our safety and upholding our rights, liberties, and ancient freedoms. And he takes a contract. And he takes a contract out with the people to do that via his oath. So he's got to take the oath.
Yes, I agree with you.
He won't be king otherwise. So then he gets replaced as well. Then, and we have to do it like we did hundreds of years ago.
To be honest with you, I want rid of them all. I want all these people, and also what Donald Trump would call deep state. I want a complete routing of the civil service. I want all the important people in the civil service to be scrutinized to make sure that they're actually working for the benefit of the people of the United Kingdom. Because what I do not see is the people of the United Kingdom, the citizens, being looked after. I mean, Trump turned around and he said, any illegal migrant that kills an American citizen or anybody from enforcement, like the police, anything like that, automatic death penalty.
Yeah,
automatic, he said, they go down. The very least, if they go and then they come back, they'll get 10 years in prison.
So the problem we've got with this is they're in a position to do this now. They had 4 years, or maybe we should talk about this in the next one, but they've had 4 years. Okay, the first 4 years, he didn't really drain the swamp. Maybe it was for the best that he then lost and then comes back in, because he's had 4 years now to find out exactly who the swamp are, and hopefully now he can appoint people. So therefore, he's got the whole government machine behind him now, so he could go after the likes of the civil service, the equivalent they've got. And he can now start to remove people, whereas until we've got total control over government, we can't fix any of this. And I think our swamp's probably worse than theirs right at the minute.
Oh, yeah. You know,
at least over there, they've got lots of billionaires in the Republican Party, so they've got a little bit of an advantage.
Right, we'll save this, and we'll move on, because we've done the Remembrance Day, covered the Church of England, you know, that was there. I mean, my total view of the Labour Party and their attitude towards Remembrance Day is that they are the most disingenuous, despicable representatives of this country that I've ever come across, because they're the ones who are actually responsible for the breakdown of the culture, which is looking after the people and the memories of those who gave their lives for us. And they're just destroying it. And they know it. They know it, but it's optics all the time. You were quite right. Final word on that one, Mark?
Again, it's down to pathetic, weak, cowardly leadership. We need strong people who are, like you say, who are just going to shake it all up. And at least try and say they're going to fix these problems.
Yeah.
But these people are not, they're doing quite the opposite.
Indeed.
So the sooner they're gone, the better.
Trevor,
That's how
final
we-
word
how
on
we
that
get rid
one?
of them, isn't it?
Yeah, just a couple of things really. That was. Do you remember J.R. Hartley? It might be his uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a new book out now. His new book out. And he rang up. He said, "Hello, do you have Freezing the Old and the Poor to Feed the Rich by Keir Starmer?" You do? Yes, the spineless version would be wonderful.
Very
Also,
good.
just to finish off before I forget, what do you think Jesus yelled when he stubbed his toe?
Give it.
That's another one.
Possibly his own name.
I've had a few answers to that you really don't want to know about.
No. Okay. All right. Well, moving out on that one. Okay. Say goodbye, people. Say goodbye.
Good night to our lovely listeners. Tune in again soon.
Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.
Au revoir.
In fact, very soon, actually. You don't realise how soon.
And this is a big good night from your absolutely fabulous digital pub landlord. Absolutely brilliant, articulate,
Yeah,
clever,
goes.
intelligent, everything.
Oh, God.
Where's the Raven when you need him?
Who's your speechwriter, mate? I need to have a word.
I like
Trump.
it. I like it.
I'll let him off then.